The universe makes me laugh. I was told to deliver a message, not knowing what that message was. As I sat here to record it, there's so much noise going on. The vacuum's going. One of our refrigerators is making a weird noise. And it's kind of like there's like a monster inside of it. And I always wait and pause and wait for it to quiet down, because it does. And then I was told that your environment is your symphony. When you're in the present moment, everything becomes part of the song. And this week has been all about sound chambers. And the last week it was about IMs and the remembrance of how important IMs are in building the infrastructure. This week is about being the bridge to everythingness. Just being the light, being the song, being yourself, being here now. Everything was about the be. And as the sun or the weather has changed here in Washington, and we've had just like these days of rain and then breaks of sun, I try to get out every time the sun goes. And I feel like the universe is always working for me in the mornings, that everything seems like it stops when the sun rises. The rain stops, the wind stops, and it gives you just this break as everyone just stands in reverence, allowing all of the elements, all of the birds, everything just stands in reverence, allowing the sun to rise. And that's what I felt like these moments that were given of the break in the sun or the break in the rain for the sun to come through, waiting for those moments to have quietness. It's creating the symphony with what is ever around you is the message that is coming through. We are stepping into such an amazing month, and October has always been a portal month for me. Over the last 5 years, something has dramatically shifted every single October. Whether that was the first time I had an inner earth portal, was October of 2022, October of 2021 is when I met Florentina, and I started reading stories to her and found a purpose to my pillow. There are all of these beautiful shifts that continue to keep happening. And I just wanted to sit in gratitude and sit in the energy of the changes that are occurring in the collective. There is so much being harmonized. There's so much grief being lifted from those lower levels and vibrations. And as our timeline has shifted together, there's highs and lows, and we're clearing out collectively together, where two or more gather, that we are able to transduce that energy. So transmute it, alchemize, harmonize, and transcend it. And then the transductors are taking that energy and moving it where it needs to go, because it has been completely shifted. It has been transmuted and transcended back into light. And that's what continues. We don't lose it. We transcend it. And then it raises us even higher. So there's this beautiful rainbow rise up. So as I sit here, I decided that we needed a few new pillows, covers. A few of them had ripped. And so it's fall and we are transitioning. And so we have a few new colors. Look at all this funness that's coming through. Let's see what other messages want to come through before we tap out on our pillow and get a beautiful reset. The time capsules. Okay. There are 4 that I know of that we have been gifted knowledge of the comets that are passing within Earth's orbit. The comets that are coming through, all comets are time capsules bringing forth ancient, galactical, universal, cosmic wisdom and technologies. So our first one, not for this year, but first one for this particular cycle came through July 13th. And that was a huge one. We received the God frequency on August 5th. On September 26th, we received in the second comet, and this was, I think, the Swan 25 came through. We now have 2 more comets, time capsules that we are standing in readiness to receive, was the message. The integration process, and that's why you haven't seen me, the reverberation to vibrate back down from this high frequency to get into a match, to match where the new frequency is. It wasn't even going where I was. It is completely, what we received and completely changed everything. And now we had to find where that happy medium is. And it's been through a lot of rest, drinking a lot of water, watermelon, being outside. We even stood in the rain for a cleanse, allowing ourselves to do whatever our body needs. And there were moments like, what do I need? Because I couldn't match the frequency. And that's where the sound chambers have been vital every single day. If I don't match the frequency or know where that frequency lands, the sound chambers help me to reverberate back to match it, and then to transmute it and transduct it, move what energy needs to be moved so I can anchor it in. And that's what keeps happening constantly. So that's what I'm being asked to share, is that there is more to come. We have solar winds. We've had geomagnetic storms for the last 3 days without a CME. So all of those is flooding our bodies. Plasma, all of the cells in our bodies are kind of, if you imagine them running kind of in a spiral, they're constantly running in the spiral, but there's more and more of them that are vibrating to the same frequency, and they're just constantly creating this big, huge ball. Like, you just become this big, huge ball of creation, of cellular memory changes, of DNA changing. I'm not the same person, and I remember saying that life will be is different after the God frequency came in August. The same thing is happening. Like, there was a before the 26th, and then there's an after the 26th. And that's what we are still in the process of fully integrating now. So I'm just being asked to, for those this resonate with, we are standing in readiness to receive 2 more comments between now and December 20 something. So I'm going to say the winter solstice. But they're big, and there's more to come from the one we received as well. But it's bringing in, so there's a lot of wisdom, but there's also a particular frequency of peace, a frequency of harmony. We have the God frequency of love, joy. There are frequencies, full frequencies. There's more to come within the comments that we will continue to receive, and it's just a stand in readiness to receive. Something big is happening between now and the 10th of October. I can't tell you what it is because I don't know. I just know that I'm in preparation to be in readiness to receive whatever that is. And this clearing out of these lower vibrations and frequencies is rising us up. It's the restoring the intrinsic source energy into the universal playground. It's literally raising and rising us up to be reverberating and are vibrating at this high frequency that we are now integrating. That's it. We're going to do some light language to bring some of this in so you can sit within that light language, but so we can fully receive. This light language is being pulled directly from that time capsule that we received on the 26th. We don't know what we're getting. It's asking you just to sit in the vibration frequencies to receive the code, colors, keys, activations, and remembrance that's coming through. You can give your universal acceptance to the Divine Father, Mother, God, for your heart, open your heart and remembrance to fully receive in this energy. can give you a full activation. Beautiful. And so it is. We're just closing off this transmission and sending you love and light, grace and gratitude, and a ton of love, joy. If you received any messages, codes, keys, colors, anything, remembrance that came through for you, drop them in the comments so we can all connect with the new messages being delivered. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you on the other side of this rainbow.